Now it's time to actually make this a little bit better in terms of actually making this a themed website. This is a very simple and creative page here, and what we can do is we can theme it. And let's say we're going to call this, if you're, let's say, a graphic designer, you can actually, you know, uh, that makes logos, we can call it logo, which is actually a pretty good name for a person who does logos. But now we need to find some icons here. And again, one thing about development is that you always want to find the best business solution. There's lots of web developers out there that can just simply do the task, but there are not at getting a really big creative part to what you do is will take you to the next level of wherever you're trying to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to find some appropriate icons, and let's just hop in here. And obviously the wine glass is not a good one for if you're a logo company. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add it in a camera. We can say, the rocket's always a good one to pick, as in like you're rocketing your business to the next level. So we'll put that one first. And sometimes they actually don't work. So that can be annoying. So let's actually go and use this one instead. And we'll take a look at that here. And we'll just simply put that in there. And yeah, interesting. So I'm actually just going to copy just this here and paste it in there. And yeah, so some of them don't work, which is kind of annoying, but you'll need to be able to do that. And we'll just simply copy that there. And we'll put the star. So star, camera. What else would be good with the logo? This crop would look great with the logo. So let's go ahead and put that here, and let's see if it actually worked. Okay, it didn't work. And it might be actually after a certain point in time, they might not work. So like after a certain one, they might not work. And so that works great because it is a picture oriented. And we can also say something like this here. Okay, and we got the check mark. And you can see how effective this FontAwesome is. Once I heard of FontAwesome, I thought that it was one of the best ideas I've heard of. So, and unfortunately that one doesn't work. So it is kind of annoying when some of them don't work. But you just have to deal with that. Now, one thing about development is if something doesn't work, you should just move on. Take it from a person who's developed for many, many years. If something doesn't work, simply go and move on here. Okay, so again, the last thing that we're doing here is we're simply just going and adding in these icons here. And you can see that all of these icons are themed towards to creating a logo. So you got a star, you have a picture, you can say it's something like, make the logo the star of your company, take a snapshot of who you really are. We specialize in perfect graphics, will get your satisfaction, drive sales, and make sure customers return. So those are some kind of some higher level business concepts that you would associate with these icons, and you always want to be thinking these. And if you take more of the tutorials at Mammoth Interactive, you'll know that I really tend to plug this idea of thinking abstract, yet trying to get a very clear message across. And that's what real marketers do. So one thing that I like to do is I like to look at ads. It doesn't matter where I am, whether I'm on the subway or walking somewhere. I always look at the ads and I look and try and reverse engineer the thought process. You should try and do the same thing. This includes a tutorial.